All right, here we go. So for those of you just joining us now, this is the Barbarian Invasion map, which I've made. So you've got three players at the bottom. So you've got the Romans as teal, red, and purple. So as you can see, the map is kind of very nicely divided into about, I'd say, in three for those Roman players. So you can see on the right is purple, middle is red, and on the left is teal. And at the top of the map, you have the barbarians. So the barbarians, what they want to do is they want to go ahead and invade the Romans. Their main goal is to destroy the Forum, which is at the middle of the nice city here of the Romans. And they do have a limited time to do so. So at the top of the map, you have the palisade, which will show you in how many minutes this game will last. So ideally, what you want to do is you want to make sure for the Romans that this timer goes down as quickly as possible. And it goes down once, like a 1 HP per minute. So the game starts and you have 40 minutes to defend. Now, however, the barbarians, because 40 minutes is not a very long time, especially to get up your economy running, build units, etc. Unfortunately, it's not a lot of time. So to get more time, you have to go ahead and complete some of these secondary objectives, which are listed down here. So secondary objectives, you've got a bunch of them, and they'll give you extra time by doing so. The main one that you want to get maybe is to kill this Castra, which is the fortress in the center of the map from red. That gives you the most time. Um, but some of the other places will also give resources to the Romans, which is why you want to go ahead and make sure that you keep those as much as possible. So on the far right here, the Fedoria is going to be very crucial for the Romans because it gives them food and provides healing to their units. On the far left, this trade workshop will spawn some merchants that bring gold into the city and provides gold for all of the Romans. And this gold mine right over here, this outpost, is also very important because as you can see, there's mules that will start spawning. And again, all of this is completely random, but you'll be able to go ahead and spawn some mules. And it will also go to the city to provide the Romans with a little bit of gold and a little bit of stone. So it's not as much as the merchant, but it's still a small amount. So to go ahead and get units in this game, it's very peculiar because everything spawns. You can't make a unit normally. This includes your villagers. So the villagers you'll create until you get your villager limit. So I don't want you to think too hard about that. The vill limit for the Romans is 50. The vill limit for the barbarians is 80. So you can see that the barbarians already have a huge advantage economy-wise by having an extra 30 villager each to the Romans. So you want to have certain thresholds to go ahead and create units. So for example, let's take a look at red because I know that he knows what he's doing. So when you have over 1,000 food, you'll start making some units. When you have over 500 gold, you will also start making units. And the threshold for stone is 50. So as you can see, he's already stockpiling some. The threshold for wood is also 800 and 50. I do apologize. So um, you need a lot of food on this map. All the units cost food one way or another. Um, of course, the only unit that you can create that doesn't cost food is like your siege weapons. So scorpions for both sides and battering rams for the barbarians. So they'll have access to that. Unfortunately, a lot of players don't realize how much food intensive economy this is going to be. So they're always floating a ton of wood, not transitioning enough to farms. And yeah, so as you can see, there's already some starting to make some units for red, um, just because he knows what thresholds to hit. So as you can see, he's pretty much neglecting his wood income economy at the moment, which is perfectly fine. You don't need this much. And you see this merchant brought a lot of gold to the Romans, which they're going to go ahead and be very happy to spend on their very expensive units. Now, for the unit composition, the Romans usually have a better composition. They have access to the Centurion unit, the Knight, the Kondo, Tiero. You've got the Heavy Swordsman, Teutonic Knight, um, Heavy Pikeman, Imperial Skirmisher, amongst, I think that's about it, except for maybe the Scorpion. Um, they have a lot better units than the barbarians, so they can get basically just everything is completely renamed, but they get Woad Raiders, Tarkans like Cavalry, Cabitos, Ratan Archers, Huskarls, but basically they get a huge mix of units. So it's well, just because of their population, um, kind of gets over there. But to create your best units, you do require stone to do. So you can go ahead and build outposts and things like that. But ideally, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and make the best units. And the way that it is triggered is that you'll start making your best units before the rest of your units. So if your economy is a little bit slower than the others, um, basically what's going to happen is you're going to get your best units out first. So as you can see, all of them are going to get some units, and the cool thing about this is that they're automatically going to be tasked to the front lines, so you don't have to worry too much about your economy and your tasking your military to go to the correct place while you're fighting and microing, because this, trust me, is very micro intensive. Now on the far right, which is unfortunate, oh well, there we go. So we have yellow that's down here. There was actually a bit of rocks, and I think we just missed it. However, this little hermit will tell yellow that he can open the way for 350 gold, and if you have the 350 gold, it automatically gets deducted, and he opens the way for you. So he's actually ended up house rolling a little bit here, and the thing is to keep this this Fideria. So every about 8 minutes and 20 seconds or so, what's going to happen is they're going to be getting huge tributes of food on their way. So you want to keep that, again, as much as possible, because it gives you a lot of extra free resources, which is something that you want to take away as the barbarians as fast as possible. So right now he's doing a great job. He's actually just like kind of house walling, making it take a little bit longer, and being able to go ahead and get his defenses very quickly. So you have red that's coming down here with a couple of units. I'm not sure how effective that's going to be so far, but yeah. So it's a little bit slower to get units as the Roman, because there's not as much things to do. But Gray has definitely played this before. He knows exactly what to target, so he's going to go ahead and target that monastery. That monastery gives the barbarian cartography, and I'm going to show you why. So you have the fog of war here, so he can't see anything. So you get this, you can't see green, he can't see yellow, his ally down here. So it's going to be it's a little bit harder to coordinate if you don't know where your allies are and know what you're up against. So red's got a couple of units down here, which is really good. Purple is still walling. Usually if you get 2 or 3 ticks for this, it's really good. If you can hold out to the 3rd tick, so about 24 minutes, you're basically in a good spot for the Romans. And I just want to go and remind you guys that there's a timer down here, so there's about 26 minutes left on the timer. One thing I didn't talk about is the fortress down here has a 10% chance, or sorry, a 12% chance every 10 seconds to spawn a legionary. So this is completely random how many you get in the middle, but you can get a small force of legionary for free in the middle. And everything that the Romans kill, sorry, the barbarians kill, so all of these things, they'll end up getting extra units, resources, or buffs, or something like that, so that they're going to be able to kind of exploit this. So as you can see, purple and red are defending this very nicely, so they're going to go ahead and get another tick really shortly from the Fideria being alive. So, but again, like I said, 8 minutes. Hey Jake there, how's it going? Hope you're having a good night, buddy. Yeah, don't worry yourself, you're actually a pretty good player. Like, you're obviously doing exactly what is supposed to be done on this map. And ooh, you might actually go ahead and catch purple with his pants down at the moment. Oh, I'm not playing. I'm just casting the game at the moment. But I think Self is going to be holding his own. But as for if he needs it or not, I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, we don't know. I know that the people who are playing the Romans, at least I know that red and purple know what they're doing most of the time. So alright, so that happens. They lost the camp, but this is the reason why I made it that way. You also have to kill the 2 towers that are also on the back line, so you can't just go ahead and snipe the camp. So this, yeah, this is a custom game. This is Romans against Barbarians. If you want, there's a couple of YouTube videos that I've done, but I won't go over the whole thing again. But so far, it's pretty cool. It's pretty close. I'm going to say, I think the Romans are holding right now, so it's kind of looking a little bit bad for Oh, never mind. I take it back. Yeah, so as you can see, Gray is actually pushing. Hey Grim, how's it going? That Lord of the Ring was very one-sided. Although we did make the Huggies Lumber Camp quest, so I'm going to be posting that video on YouTube at some point. Yeah, unfortunately it wasn't. I feel bad for Self. I do apologize. He got a beating last game, that I will say. So as you can see, Green is finally going to keep attacking, but Teal has made quite a few house walls on this side, so it looks like he knows what he's doing. They do have access to a university, so maybe, Alm, if you're listening, you may want to go ahead and remind Purple that he does have access to a university, so he can upgrade his towers. It'll make holding this a little bit easier, but yeah, those Huskarls are mean. They don't take a lot of damage from these towers. But so far so good. So we might actually get a third tick from this, absolutely. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. So you do have a university, and it's just down here in the corner of your city, right where the aqueduct comes into the city. So you can see you've got a university, you've got your blacksmith. So realistically, there should be no issues for getting upgrades and things like that. But yeah, so you want to keep bringing villagers because you do kind of want a house wall if possible. It makes it a lot easier. Oh, come on, Grim. If you're as good as that as you are in this game, you can probably talk and there won't be any difference. Alright, so we have Teal that's slowly pushing with Rams. I don't know where Teal's units are. Okay, they're on their way. Perfect. So let me see Teal's resources. Alright, so he's got a pretty balanced economy, I think. So he's doing good. I should remind you guys that you guys, like especially Teal and Purple, they do have their legionaries in the middle. So they have access to this forest that is just currently standing by. And oof, okay, so this is good. So he's actually ended up rewalling or almost rewalling. So it takes a minute for the barbarians to go ahead and break through. But with their massive units, with their stronger economy, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. The only problem that we have here is that they only have 18 minutes left. And they haven't exactly conquered too anything. So they killed the monastery here, so they did get cartography. Green, however, is pushing quite nicely, so he might be able to take this camp. And if he does take that camp, it'll give the Romans, sorry, the barbarians extra time, and of course extra buffs as well. So Yellow is just moving back and forth between both because, as you can see, Purple can't be everywhere at once. And with the massive units that he can make, that Fedoria is about to go ahead and give another surge of food, which will put the the Romans almost at pop cap, which is good. Thanks for making sure that my chat is alcohol free. All right, so they're kind of breaking into this camp, so it's not too bad. Where is this? There's a monk somewhere for, yeah, there's a couple of monks down here for green. So that's the last thing that you want is you want to lose a good unit to that, but it's fine. Alright. No idea how to get more. Well, follow the objectives. Follow the objectives. You got stuff to do. So, alright. So yellow's going there, but thankfully there's this small hidden tower down here. So see, he's actually slowly killing those units. Again, very slowly. But as you can see with the mass reinforcements that yellow's bringing, this is going to fall. There's almost no doubt about it, and it's going to give the Romans extra time. So on this side, though, it's looking pretty grim for this Roman camp. It looks like it's going to eventually get down. So that Huskarl is basically tanking a lot of arrow fire. They're actually fully upgraded. As you can see, it has 9 damage for those towers. Huskarls about have 8 pierce armor if they get fully upgraded, so, you know, 1 damage at a time. They're perfect for tanking fire, just like the rams, but it's easier to target a ram with your infantry units than it is to target their things. But it looks like Gray's coming down here. He's going to go ahead and give a helping hand to Gray. and they're going to overwhelm Teal, at least for now. So we're going to see. So again, we have about 27 minutes that this has been up, so let's see if we can see maybe another. No, we didn't see another trade card just yet, but I'm sure that it's going to happen. We've got a lot of mules coming in to the city to provide our Roman players with, again, gold and stone, which is what you need. What is going on? Oh, that's unfortunate. So, alright, so they did get rid of the Fedoria, so you can see that the time went back up. I didn't give too much time, but you know, at this point, any amount of time really does help. This Roman camp is just about to fall, and what I like to do is microing the towers to go ahead and aim for the Cabitos and throwing axemen, because generally speaking, your infantry as Romans is a lot better than the infantry of the barbarians, the exception maybe being these Sunda world fighters. The boyars are certainly very strong, and yeah, the Tarkans are just great at destroying buildings. So as you can see, yeah, they're just basically destroying the camp, and as soon as they kill this tent, we're going to see that the barbarians are going to get a bonus, and hopefully I'll be able to check which one it was. Last time I played this, Green ended up getting Theodoric the Goth, which has about a 10% chance, and it was the first time that I saw him, so I was pretty excited, which is why I had the video of him on there. So Yellow ended up taking out the Fedoria, now he's relaunching his attack in the middle, but as you can see, Purple is walling like crazy to prevent him from coming in. So as soon as those two towers are destroyed, the Barbarians will actually have access to the Capran technology, so that's something that they can do. So that camp is going to die very quickly, and I'm hoping that Teal can go ahead and fall back. Alright, so just waiting for that tent to go down. So not only are they going to get extra time, but the green players are going to get also a buff and a little bit of resources to go ahead and keep helping him push. So we're going to take a look here. So yeah, they went up to 27 minutes, and look, Theodoric the Goth again, as we were talking about him, guys. That is pretty cool. So these guys, I don't know, they should be spawning and moving, but might be the lag. But he does have Theodoric the Goth now. So again, very strong hero. That, well, it would be stronger with the armor, but this is strange that, well, there we go. They're moving slowly, as you can see. They're spawning, and these are elite Huskarls, which are even better than just the normal Huskarls. Even with the towers being upgraded with chemistry and, sorry, drawing a blank here, arrow slits, they'll basically be all doing almost no damage. So, anyways, green got Theodoric the Goth, which is very rare, which is awesome. Right, I forgot to mention, yellow gets either petards or... I'm not sure. Self, did you get petards, or did you get... oh, there they are, saboteurs. He got petards. So you got about a 50% chance to upgrade those petards to saboteurs, but it looks like Self didn't get lucky this time around. Alright, so Red's coming in force. As you can see, he's got quite the army of well, heavy swordsmen, legionaries, and condos. So quite a bit of infantry down here. And he's going to be able to go ahead and try to defend this to get a few more, maybe, trade cards. So you can see that because Grey and Green have allied and teamed up together, Red and Teal have also teamed up together to go ahead and defend. Alright, on this side, Self did a great job. He ended up destroying the camp, so now they have access to the Capram technology. And I want to see, did he get anything really cool? Ostrogoths, no, doesn't look like it so far. I could be wrong, but yeah, looks like he. Let me double check. Yeah, so he did get extra hit points and extra. Is that normal or is that? Man, I forget. But yeah. Hang on, I think he did get elite. Yeah, he did get some elite Tarkins. That's cool. Pretty sure. I should really pay attention. But, alright, so as you can see here, Purple's actually been mining the front of his gold here, so there's not too much left for Self to be able to take. He did, however, take any of the stone, but it's fine. So we have Gray that's down here making a giant push. Oh my god, it's true, look. So Purple can do that, he can actually go ahead and raid. Honestly, it's just annoying more than anything else because you get your villagers back anyway, and it's probably the worst case that you can do to your own units is to do that and waste them, but it's fine. I guess each person has his own strategy, and if it works, it works. I can't kind of deny that. So as you can see here, Gray's making a push for the fortress. He ended up killing one gate, and these towers are being quite deadly. Although, yeah, no, they're not even targeting the ram, which is good. So he's just locking the gate, making sure that they don't come in. And he's going to have to go ahead and kind of push back. But as you can see, Red's kind of pushing against Green this way. And Green is being outmassed at the moment over here because I think he's trying to help Gray to push. So, but to be fair, it's not like the Romans will be able to push because they do have the double castle down here. It's just that it's pushing them away from the front line, which is really good for the Romans, as of course there's always a timer going down. But as you can see now with Yellow, he's got a very large army, and he's actually going to keep going through. Oh no, okay, so never mind, he didn't get elite Tarkins, he just got a buff that made him look like elite Tarkins. My bad. So there's also 29 minutes left, so as you can see the Barbarians' timer went up quite significantly, so they're no longer on the verge of death with the timer. So because they are pushing, they are getting extra time, but they'll have to keep pushing if they want to keep going and getting that extra time. So that Taverna is still alive, and that farmer escaped death. Alright, so let's see. If there's any trade cards or any like donkeys that come in, like yeah, see that trade card is just extra gravy. He'll give, to be fair, this guy is like basically floating in food and gold, so he's not missing on anything. Alright, so it looks like they're just building an army down here. And let's see what population they're on. So oof, alright. That Centurion was converted, that's awesome. So Purple kind of has to hold this, because I think Yellow wants to go ahead and surround the fortress to take it down. It's okay, don't insult Graham, he's like 12. Alright, so it looks like Green went back and he's going to try to keep pushing. But as you can see, Teal's got a few units there himself. So Gray and Green are trying to push the middle, but I guess, I don't know, it is very hard to do this, it's very clumped, so basically what you want to do is, it's hard to get the Rams in the front because then, you know, the Romans can go ahead and get a couple of units out to, you know, take down those Rams, but other units will die very quickly. So ideally you want to go ahead and starve out the camp, so you do want to go ahead and surround it, just like as Yellow's done. Is probably the best way to avoid reinforcements. Killing towers is also a good idea. And yeah. So it looks like the Romans were actually a little bit lucky. They ended up getting the Imperial Age armor upgrade. Um, if only the Rams would attack. Yeah, that is very true. But it is hard. To be fair, I was served wine in France when I was about 15, so yeah, I believe it. And it's the waiter who poured me a glass. Didn't even ask for anything, or even okay from my parents. It's fine. You're fine. You can go around, but you choose not to. So Gray is complaining because it's harder to take this than he originally thought, which is fine. I get it, but you can also go around and surround it. It's a little bit more difficult that way, but it can be done. So yellow is just being blocked by houses. So he's got to go ahead and fight archers while he's killing houses. But to be fair, as Goths, these houses go down very quickly, as you can see. And it takes a while to go ahead and get them back. I'm sorry, Grim. I said 12. I didn't realize you were actually 13. Alright, so, well, not much progress has actually been made so far, so the timer will have been reduced significantly. So as you can see, there's only about 21 minutes, which isn't a lot of time if you really think about that this game is played twice as fast. Alright, so it looks like he's trading quite nicely with the Romans. Yeah, getting those throwing axemen in the fray will definitely help. The only issue is that he's throwing away his units here that have the extra armor, so basically he's losing his best units in a way, speaking. But if he's able to damage the Romans to the point where they can't get back to their maximum population, then it's definitely a win. And that's what you want to do, is you want to keep pressuring the Romans because of their smaller economy, and especially if you've actually killed off their places that gives them the free resources, you'll be able to go ahead and basically outlast them, so they won't be able to keep up production. And that's basically how you win against the Romans. So Timo's got a lot of units, he knows where to raid, and so... oh boy. I guess there's a little bit of drama coming out, I guess, on the Barbarian side. To be fair, it is Gray's and Green's first time playing on this, so it is something to be forgiven. But honestly, I think Green should just keep pushing on his side, and Gray should just keep doing what he's doing. Honestly, if he just targets everything on the gate, he doesn't need the Rams to do it. It'll just be very expensive, but I mean, he's got units to spare. So as long as he keeps pushing, then at some point the fortress will just basically heal, because I think Self is, yeah, he's pushed enough so that they're not going to be able to reinforce, or at least not reinforce as easily. So it's all good for his side. So as long as he's able to kill that gate, he's going to be in a really good spot. And as you can see, he's got the units to do it. Throwing axemen, you know, they do the melee damage to the gate. And I'm pretty sure with the Goth's bonus, it still applies. And it's the same thing with the Gabitos. I don't know if it's better to go ahead and kill the units with the Gabitos or the towers with the Gabitos or something like that. But anyways, the Gabitos are one of the deadliest units that you can fight against as the Romans, because they do a lot of damage. But that gate is slowly going down, and then once it's in, there's almost going to be nothing to stop the Barbarians from coming in and doing their onslaught. I do wish that Gray had more reinforcements coming in, but he's doing a good job. On this side, of course, Self is keeping on pushing with his units, so he's just basically securing the position. But of course, also streams cheating, is also bringing his cavalry units to go ahead and reinforce the middle. So that may stop Gray from advancing. But if his cavalry units are over there, it's definitely stopping him from doing something else. And you can see that, what is it? Self is actually just breaking in a hole in this wall over here with the ram, and it should take just a moment to go ahead and take it down. So Gray is actually pulled back. I'm not sure why. He just finally made a hole in there. Cost him quite a fortune. And, you know, time is slowly running out because there's only 14 minutes left. But it is happening. You've got also Green that's down here, still killing house walls. And I do believe he should be continuing, but I think he's not got enough food. Let me just take a look because I'm very confused. Yeah, he's missing a lot of food. That's why he's not making that many units. So if you're not making a lot of units, this is definitely why. Your food count. He's got about 10k wood in the bank, and he should be spending those to build a lot of farms, if at all possible. So you can get like a lot of units. Like see his Self here. He's got plenty of units down here that you can go ahead and grab. So. Alright, so we've got the entire cavalry unit down here. And of course Purple is still building house walls. There's not that much time left, but hopefully Green will be able to push on his side, get a little bit more time. This camp is still standing, which is good. And oh, this is the worst. This is the last thing that you want to see is the barbarians is extra house walling inside the fortress. That is a lot of throwing axemen down here. So as you can see, he ended up breaking in through the first layer of the wall, almost through the second, but he was eventually stopped. But once he's in, like, he's going to have access to all of this gold. He's going to deny Purple of his economy, and he'll be that one step closer towards the Forum, which is ultimately their main objective. So Green is down here. He actually built up quite a force, and as you can see, there's not much here. There's a few teal units, but unless he fights underneath the towers, it won't matter. Gray's got 2 villagers on the far left of the map, and it confuses me. I'm not sure why. Stay tuned, maybe we'll find out. Alright, so Gray's trying to finally go back in with a decent sized force, and, well, it's being stopped by a house and the towers. It's not great, which is unfortunate, but again, a house is not the same thing as a gate, which is thankfully going to go down very quickly, and then he'll be able to go ahead and keep going inside. And as you can see, there's not, I'd say that now, but Red's just bringing his army back now, which is good. So he's got Teutonic Knights, Legionary, etc. from everyone in color down here for now. And as long as the fortress doesn't hit, well, he should be hitting the rams, but I don't know what these guys are doing over here, but it's fine. So he's bringing in the rams. As long as he can keep those alive, that fortress should be going down. But that might be a tall order considering the amount of red units and towers and things like that. Going in, if you're not prepared, is almost like a kill zone, just because there's a lot of towers on all sides, and the fortress. So as you can see, the Gray's units have vaulted very quickly, and the rams are there, which is a little bit unfortunate. However, there is 7 minutes for the barbarians to do something. So basically, I think Queen's is the only hope right now that they have. If he's able to go ahead and kill this city, he might be able to do that. And there you go. So you can see that Queen ended up killing a trade card, a merchant. So that's a lot of gold denied from the Romans. So he's doing it, but I don't know if he's going to have enough units. Yeah, because, see, Teal's coming back with another batch, and he's still fighting underneath the towers, so they're going to be taking a little bit of damage. So if he's not able to take that within the next 6 minutes, I think it's going to be game over. I don't see anybody pushing for any extra time at this point, except for green. But yeah, green still has quite a few units, so that might not be... Yeah, could still be very doable. Oh, wow, that's kind of lucky. There's another merchant that came to replace, so you can see that that would have been 1,000 gold for green. Are you serious? Another one? That's like... Oh my god, that was almost like 3 in a row. That's crazy. So it's all percent based. Oh my god. So of course, because Alm knows exactly what I'm saying, he brought his cavalry units. He wants to win. He wants to go ahead and defend the the Roman homelands with all he's got. So he likes to do this. He likes to save up all of his cavalry units, and as you can see, they're quite deadly. They're going to make quick work of whatever's left. And unfortunately, green won't have enough units to go ahead and defeat this, which means that the timer here will probably run out as there's only about 4 minutes left. But yeah, without Elm's intervention, this might have gone down. I say that, but like, see, as you can see, Teal's units are always streaming in because he's got quite a bit. But I think this is going to be the GG really soon. Yeah, Slav gave a good effort. He bought the Barbarians quite a bit of time. Gray, I'm not sure why he didn't keep bringing his units. I do most of the work for you, but you still have to do some of it to bring your units forward. And then, of course, green on this side should have pushed a little bit quicker and gotten a little bit more food. Well, the Rams... Oh boy, there's drama. There's always drama on the losing side of this map. It's fine. But yeah, no, the Rams they do help. I kind of use them as meat shield. They're mostly good against you know, tanking arrow fire or taking down undefended walls. But you know, it is a kind of a more unique aspect of the map. But yeah, yeah, Red's horses are crazy. But that's the reason why he's, you know, always, you know, sending his infantry forward first, because he's basically just building up his cavalry units numbers, because you get a lot more infantry than you do get cavalry. So, alright, so as you can see, he's just like spending his cavalry units, and what he does is, especially when the healing of the Feudarea is gone, he'll put them in the castles to heal. So it's just still such a pain to do, but he has to throw them away at some point. If the barbarians get too close. But yeah, so the palisade got destroyed up here, the timer went out, and that's game over. Good game, guys.